There's a saying that goes, only buy what you need, or something like that, and it reminds me of the Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross. They've built it to fit your needs. You need a 5-seater? They've got one. You want it bigger than a small SUV but smaller than a midsize? Here it is. I'm in the LS model, which is the entry-level 2-wheel drive. Let's see how it fits neatly into family life. So let's talk space first, because that really is the point of difference here. The Eclipse Cross sits somewhere in between a small and a medium SUV and really does fill a gap in the market. There is enough room in the back here for my 2 children aged 4 and 6, and I have enough room too at 161 centimeters. What's missing though is air vents in the back. And I mean, you won't find air vents in a small SUV, but this isn't a small SUV. It's in between classes. I'd expect air vents here. In the front, I have loads of leg and headroom, and so does my 185 centimeter husband. It's light and breezy, and I don't feel like we're in close quarters the way some small SUVs can feel. I did find the manual seat adjustment on this front driver's seat a bit hard on the arms though. The payoff is that it looks a lot bigger on the outside than a small SUV. So if you have the small car thing in your head, this is not it. It's got a large exterior that's quite sporty looking and also a bit butch with the backlights. It's a good looking car though, and I feel good driving it. Inside is fairly basic. I mean, this is supposed to be a leather steering wheel, but it doesn't really feel like leather. The seats on the LS grade are fabric and they're okay. The bubble finish on the dash I find always brings the styling down a touch, but what lifts it is this black shiny center console. It's clearly set out and it's well designed. Driving is good, but it's not spectacular. I can feel the tug of the steering wheel when I'm doing 3-point turns. I can hear the engine quite loudly when I turn the car on, and I can feel a little bit of heaviness on the drive. It drives well enough with a 1.5 litre engine that gets me up hills quickly, and I feel confident in its road manner because it handles quite well. The size also makes me feel safe, which I think is good with kids in the car. Parking is made easy with a reverse parking camera, and while it's bigger than a small SUV, it's still quite compact and relatively easy to park. It's no Toyota Kluger. You can zip in and out of spots. But what is the boot like? Because that's usually the reasons families don't like small SUVs. And the Eclipse Cross actually has a really decent boot size. I was able to fit 2 kids' bikes and 2 scooters in here, which you would never be able to do in a small SUV. This boot is a winner over small SUVs for families. Storage-wise, there are 2 cup holders in the front, 2 in the back, and a bottle holder in each door. There's a small spot in the front to chuck your phone and your keys, and a sizable centre storage bin. Safety features in this entry-level model include airbags for driver and passenger, plus side curtain airbags extending to the back row. And this model even has auto emergency braking, which is when the car will stop itself if you don't. The multimedia system comes with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you can literally just plug in your phone and be set with apps like Maps and Spotify. You don't even have to worry about whether you're good at technology or not. It's just there. You can also control the multimedia screen with a mouse pad, but I actually find it a bit tricky to use. This is one of those cars that doesn't have any super snazzy bells and whistles, but it really gets the job done. It's not big, but it's not small either, and it has just enough boot space for a small family. It looks good and I feel good in it. I gave it a family rating of 7 out of 10, and my children also gave it their kids' stamp of approval with 7 out of 10.